Stonehenge is a mystical, magical place. A Neolithic monument preserved and protected from its 1.5 million annual visitors, who are kept at a distance from this prehistoric puzzle. But more than 4,000 years after those mighty stones were erected, a new building is being constructed here. A DJ booth.
I've never felt that electronic music should stay in nightclubs. I've played great shows around the world, from the Great Wall of China to Base Camp and Mount Everest, and it brought a smile, as you can see, to my face, to do something that was, first of all, unique, most importantly, bring awareness to these wonderful locations that we have around the country as part of English heritage.
There are lots of different theories about Stonehenge and how there might be musical connections. What we know is it's a place where people gathered, a place where people maybe celebrated, so music absolutely could have featured part of that. Some theories also include that some of the stones have musical properties themselves, but what we do know is that Stonehenge has inspired a creativity and artistic expression through music for centuries.
The Beatles never played here, not even the Rolling Stones. Many have asked permission, but have been politely declined. Until now. This is the first time a DJ has performed at Stonehenge.
But at Stonehenge, you're not allowed to have amplified music, so it was really important that we could find a way of playing music at Stonehenge in a way that respected the monument. So we used silent disco technology, where everybody wore headphones to listen to Paul record his new album, and it worked really, really well.
We respectfully lit the stones up. I did a very unique show where I played a live set to sunset, and we had an incredible sunset.
Hollywood actor Andy Serkis was among only 50 people invited to the experience, listening to Oakenfold, along with fellow superstar DJ Carl Cox. Sales of the new album will help English heritage to protect and preserve the ancient monument for future generations. Neil Curry, CNN, Stonehenge.
All these stars then literally lining up for that, with that glorious sunset painting the sky of vibrant delight over you right now. Paul Oakenfold joining us. He's a legendary DJ like no other, who pioneered a whole new sound of music back in the 80s, picking up awards and Grammy nominations. Along the way was once anointed the world's most successful club DJ by the Guinness Book of Records. You are part of my youth, mate. How was it?
It was wonderful, thank you. It was a very unique show, as I mentioned earlier. Just to support, as an Englishman, the English heritage, and for me, it was just wonderful, and I really enjoyed it.
Listen, hardly anyone even gets a chance to step inside the stone circle, never mind perform at Stonehenge. How did this all come about? And more importantly, how on earth did you keep this a secret from the Druids and the rest of us?
Yeah, it was very difficult in terms of keeping it a secret, because we didn't want the place to be overrun by thousands of people. So many months ago, we worked alongside a team of people from the English heritage. We worked on what we could do and how we could do it in the right way. And the real message here is not about me playing Stonehenge. It's about making and bringing awareness worldwide to a younger demographic, you know, who may not have been to some of our wonderful locations in the country, and helping support them financially. And for me to be asked to do that was, you know, means a lot.
Yeah, it can't be too often that you play in front of 50 when I know it's normally thousands, mate. Amazingly, having your tunes bounce off 5,000-year-old ruins, maybe not the most unusual place that you've played. You name-check a couple. Let's roll a quick clip of you really giving it some at the highest party on earth.
It's been a long, long trek. 10 days to get up here. We went up there 2 more days setting up. So 2 weeks in, we pulled it off.
You've played then in the freezing winds, the world's tallest mountain. You've mixed your sound on top of the Great Wall of China. You've done Stonehenge. Tick. What's next? The moon?
Who knows? No. I mean, first and foremost, I never set out to play these places. It just kind of came about naturally. I mean, with Mount Everest, it was very difficult. I never hiked or slept in a sleeping bag. I mean, that was tremendously hard, but I trained for that. I mean, next, look, I mean, you know, there's some wonderful locations around the world, especially in the Middle East. I mean, the pyramids, Petra, I mean, Masada, who knows? I mean, if we can help and support and bring awareness to these places in the right, respectful way, then I'm up for it. And I love history, I love travelling, and I'm very lucky to be part of some of these events that I get asked to perform at.
Paul, the interest in electronic music in this region is huge. I know that I will speak for many when I say I can't wait for you to get out to the Middle East. Any up-and-coming talent we should keep our eye on in this region out of interest?
Yeah, I think there's great talent around the world, and in the region that you're in, I'm sure there's some young great DJs, producers, singer-songwriters, and wherever I travel, I always encourage people to come up to me, give me music. I own a record label. We're about putting music out from people around the world, and who knows, maybe there's someone watching this show who makes music, and let's give them an opportunity to share that with the world.
Amazing, amazing. Listen, you look like you're having a good time. It's
you could say
it's
that.
Been, you know, I know that we've lost a couple of characters, legendary DJs out of your world just recently. So it does sort of beg the question, I guess, you know, is there a point at which you think, you know what, I've had such a good time of this. I say this with the greatest of respect. Somebody called me a veteran TV anchor the other day. So with the greatest of respect, you know, none of us are youngsters. Are you ever too old to be too cool for school, as it were? Do you fancy jacking it in anytime soon?
No, look, I'm very aware I'm coming towards the end of my career. I've spent over 30 years in electronic music, and the industry has been really good to me. And where I am at the moment in my career, I can help, support, give back to the next generation. And I feel passionate about that. And I feel passionate about the places that I get asked to play about and bring awareness, whether it's with Mount Everest, it was children's charities locally, or with English Heritage, making people aware that we need to help and support and look after these great places for the next generations to come. So that's where I am, and that's what I enjoy doing.
Paul, it was a rhetorical question. You will never, ever be anything but too cool for school.